Parashat Shelach, Nothing But the Truth, a Parasha exploration with Rav Moshe Rosenberg. Emet, truth. This is one of the most important values in human life and in the Torah. It might surprise you to know that the famous Gaon of Vilna, Rabbi Eliyahu of Vilna, was known to have said that the Jewish people, when they say the Shema, do not tell the truth. What he was really saying is that they tend to pronounce the word for truth incorrectly, because they might call it the emes, or the emet, mila'el, with the emphasis on the first syllable, when in fact you're supposed to say it as emet or emes on the last syllable, which is called milarah. So that was his joking way of saying that people really must pronounce the words correctly. Another great rabbi, the first Rebbe of Lubavitch, Rabbi Schneur Zalman of Ladi, was asked when he was just 13 years old, what pasuk starts and ends with the same three words? And of course, it's not a three-word pasuk. And he gave a puzzling answer. Immediately he responded, that's where Moshe Rabbeinu didn't say the emet, which sounds like it's where Moshe Rabbeinu didn't tell the truth. How could it be that Moshe Rabbeinu wouldn't tell the truth? But if you think about it, what he really meant was the pasuk in this week's parasha, at the end of the third paragraph of Shema, where it says, Ani Hashem Elokechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lehiyot lachem lelokim, Ani Hashem Elokechem. This pasuk starts with Ani Hashem Elokechem, and it ends with the same three words, Ani Hashem Elokechem. But when we say it in our tefillah, we always add the word emet, Ani Hashem Elokechem emet. But in the pasuk, Moshe did not say the word emet. So it's where Moshe didn't say the emes, or the emet. Now, to our parsha. The 10 evil miraglim, the 10 evil spies, when they came back from their mission to see Eretz Yisrael, they had a problem with telling the truth also. Oh, they started by telling the truth. We came to the land, v'gam zavat chalav v'davash hi v'zeh pirya. Indeed, it is flowing with milk and honey, and here is a sample of the fruit. But that emet, Rashi says, that truth was just in order to be able to be believed when they later said the sheker. What exactly was the sheker? So, the Ramban says the sheker was when they saw the people would not simply get scared that they couldn't do it, they later started to say that the people there, the land consumes its inhabitants. People there die from being in the land, and other such things which are clearly lies. The turning point of where they started to scare people and then go into outright lies is the word ephes. Ephes ki azham, they're too strong. And then later, outright lies. But it's also possible to say that from the very moment that they started to say that the people are strong, you could say that that itself was not really the right truth, because if you don't take Hashem into account, if you don't take trusting Hashem and remembering His miracles and believing He will help you into account, then you are not really telling the truth. It's only part of the truth. So if you start with truth but you take Hashem out of the picture, you will end up with sheker. That's what the Meraglim didn't do. They didn't factor Hashem into the equation. They didn't believe that Hashem would help them. And in fact, even though he wasn't religious in a traditional sense, the first prime minister of Israel, David ben Gurion, said basically the same thing. He said in Israel, in order to be a realist is somebody who sees things as they are, as it is true, and not in an overly optimistic way. In order to be a realist, he said, you must believe in miracles. Eretz Yisrael, the spies didn't realize, the Meraglim didn't realize, is the land of Hashem and the land of miracles. We at SAR hope that everything that we do and everything that we learn and all the goals that we set for ourselves are also taking into account that even though they look really, really ambitious and really, really hard, Hashem is there to help us, and Hashem is part of the equation, and Be'ezrat Hashem, we will succeed with His help.